Alphabet shares under pressure this morning on this report that Samsung considered replacing Google as the default search engine on its phones. That's the focus of this morning's Tech Check with Deirdre Bosa. Dee, what a story.
Yeah, Carl and Sarah, it certainly brings back to the forefront this Microsoft versus Google, ChatGPT versus Bard narrative that kicked off earlier this year. Once again, we're watching these stocks move in real time. And it's really this idea that Google, which has been calling itself an AI-first company for years, has fallen behind and let Microsoft steal its thunder. Alphabet shares, they've been down as much as 4% this morning on that New York Times report saying Samsung was considering replacing Google with Microsoft's Bing as the default search engine on its devices, which, by the way, run on Google's Android operating system. Samsung did not go through with it, but even just the idea here, the Times says, was enough to create, quote, panic at Google. And that is because Google pays billions of dollars a year to retain its dominant search position on mobile, an estimated $3 billion to Samsung and some $20 billion to Apple for a similar contract, which apparently is up for renewal this year. So this could raise the stakes, the story alone. Now, the broader fear for investors is that Microsoft's lead in generative AI through ChatGPT could disrupt Google's search, widely seen as one of the best, most lucrative business models in history, and which still makes up the majority of Alphabet revenue. CEO Sundar Pichai, he was on 60 Minutes last night, and he continued to give this impression that Google is putting AI caution and responsibility ahead of speed while laying out the stakes.
I've always thought of AI as the most profound technology humanity is working on, more profound than fire or electricity or anything that we have done in the past.
But a shift that needs to be handled with caution, of course. Behind the scenes, Google, though, is reportedly racing to upgrade its search engine with AI features and build an all-new one powered by the technology. Guys, we know that some people love to talk about how Microsoft is beating Google at its own game, but let's go back to the beginning of this year. It's still very early stages, and as you can see here, it is still neck and neck in terms of share price, despite all of the talking about Microsoft beating Alphabet. Look at that. They're both up nearly identical, about 19% this year.
So can you just connect the dots about how the search engine turf battle between Microsoft, Bing, and Google on smartphones relates to the AI? Is it that in the future our search is really just going to be like a ChatGPT kind of thing?
Yeah, exactly. Google has always seemed to have this insurmountable moat, right, that protects its search how we know it now. But the idea that we could be searching in a different way through a chat bot, like the one that we've seen from ChatGPT, people would go directly there. They wouldn't go to www.google.com. And we know that Microsoft is integrating ChatGPT with Bing, and Google is moving slowly. I mean, they're working on this all-new search engine, but it's not here yet. That is the core idea here and the core disruption, that we wouldn't go to google.com, we would go to bing.com because it has that ChatGPT or generative AI capability.
Deirdre, thank you. Deirdre Bosa. All weekend, anecdotes about how people are using ChatGPT, small business owners to write letters or emails back, a customer service type.
I keep thinking about when Nadella said he's going to make them dance, meaning Alphabet, and they are.